Ako si Loyla Furnes, dating OFW sa Japan sa loob ng 7 taon. Nagtrabaho ako bilang welder, fish processor, at dairy farmer. At ang advokasya ko ay matulungan ang kapwa ko OFW na matutong mag-ipon, magplano, at magnegosyo. Maraming nagakala na kapag nasa abroad ka, sagana ka na sa pera. Pero ang totoo, sa unang gabi ko sa Japan, halos hindi ako makakain. Hirap sa salita, hirap sa kultura, mahigpit ang amo, at minsan, hindi patas ang pagtrato. Pero, tiniis ko ang lahat para sa aking pamilya. At sa bawat sahod, agad ang padala. Kaya sa huli, resibo na lang ang natira. Pero, hindi lang ako nakaranas nito. Marami sa ating mga kababayan ang sinamantala at sinaktan. Ngunit, patuloy pa rin lumalaban para sa kanilang pamilya. Pero mga kababayan ko, hindi habang buhay ay nasa abroad tayo. Kahit habang may lakas pa, matuto tayong mag-ipon, magplano, at magnegosyo. Nang sa ganon, hindi na tayo pabalik-balik sa abroad. Ako mismo ay dating OFW. Ngayon ay may sarili ng negosyo. Hindi nagiging madali, pero posible. At kung nakaya ko, alam kong kaya nyo rin. Dahil naniniwala ko na ang tunay na tagumpay ay makabalik sa sariling bayan, may bagong simula, at higit sa lahat, kasama buong pamilya. Maraming salamat po.
As a fur parent of 7 adopted dogs and 14 adopted cats, mas nagulat ako na bibigyan ng advokasya ang animal welfare dito sa Pilipinas. Because every year, here in the Philippines, these innocent creatures always suffers this violence, this cruelty, and it's not always about physical harm, but it is also about psychological abuse, abandonment, neglection. That's why these innocent creatures also have emotions, just like us people. They also feel fear, loneliness, and pain. Kaya tayo, mga tao, it is our duty to help them and to prevent animal abuse here in the Philippines, and also to show love, compassion, and to let them feel home. Also, one of my fur babies suffers animal abuse. This is for you. And as a candidate of Tomboy Philippines, as empowered, strong, proud and loud tomboy, I will continue to give voice to the voiceless. Thank you.
Tinig para sa Picos. Laban ng kababaihan, laban ng lipunan. Alam niyo ba na sa bawat ngiti ng isang babae ay may laban na hindi nakikita? Isa na doon ang Polycystic Ovary Syndrome or PCOS. At isa sa bawat 10 babae ang nakaranas doon. Isa na ako doon. Ngunit kulang sa kamalayan at suporta. Madalas kinakahiya, lalo na kami mga tomboy dahil babae ang pinag-uusapan. Pero hindi alam ng lahat na ang PCOS ay hindi lang tungkol sa irregular menstruation. Maaari din ito magdulot na labis ng timbang kahit hindi malakas kumain, pagkalagas ng buhok, pagkatigyawat dahil sa pagtaas ng androgen, at hirap sa pagbubuntis dahil walang ovulation, at higit sa lahat ang matinding hawa ng emosyon kagaya ng anxiety at depression. Kung mapapabayaan, maaari pang umantong sa diabetes, sakit sa puso, at obesity, marami pang iba. Kaya naman kailangan ng tamang gamutan, libreng check-up at reproductive health mula sa pamahalaan. Kaya bilang kabataan, nais kong gamitin ang social media upang maghikayat para sa mga kababaihan, para alamin nila kung meron sila nito. Maging sa mga kalalakihan, para maging aware sila sa partner nila. At kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, isa sa bawat 10 babae, babae ko lahat yun. Hindi, biro lang. Ganun talaga. Ang PCOS ay hindi hadlang sa kaligayahan at pagkabuo ng isang babae. Itaas ang tinig at sabay-sabay nating harapin ito. Ang kalusugan ay dapat ingatan, pagkababae ay dapat alagaan. Tandaan mo, babae ka, hindi babae lang.
My advocacy is for those people who've been overlooked for too long. Beyond the shadows, kumbaga. Ako, I am blessed because my family never made me feel different. Kundi, pinaramdam pa nila ang pagmamahal na higit sa kailangan ko. Pero sabi ko nga, hindi lahat naranasan ang naranasan ko. Naalala ko dati, meron akong isang kaibigan na pinalayas ng kanyang mga magulang dahil sa kanyang kasarian. Wala siyang matatakbuhan, wala siyang masasandalan. Kaya nung kumatok siya sa bahay ko, hindi lamang pinto ko ang binuksan ko, kundi pati puso ko. Pinaramdam ko sa kanya na karapat dapat siyang mahalin kahit na sino pa siya. To my fellow LGBTQIA+ who face rejection, I want you to know that your identity is valid, your love is real, and you are never alone. Let's fight for a world where every queer child grows up hearing, "I'm proud of you," from someone who means it. Let's become the love we didn't receive. And always remember this: you are not broken, you are not lost, and you are not less. I am Tony Ocasio, and I will be your voice until the world finally learns that love is louder than rejection.
Before I begin, I know my advocacy might not seem timely or relevant to some, but I want you to know that this is the truth, and I want to stand this. Before everything else, I stand before you not just as a candidate, but as a voice for love, for truth, and for the right to be who we are. As a lesbian, I have loved women in the past, but like many stars of the heart, mine was filled with heartbreak, disappointment, and moments of deep loneliness. I cried, I questioned my worth, I lost hope, and just when I thought I had nothing left to give, I found someone. Not someone society expected, but someone my soul recognized. A trans woman. Someone who saw me, who listened, who embraced me with no conditions. But loving openly came with a cost. People stared, they laughed, they whispered, they even told that it wasn't normal. But let me be clear, what we have is love, and what we have is real. No judgment, no stereotype, no outdated belief will take that away from us. That is why I stand here with pride and purpose to say, let us all normalize love in all its forms. We should celebrate relationships regardless of gender, identity, or orientation. Because when we honor love, we create a world where everyone belongs. When we deny love, we deny humanity. But when we shame love, we create wounds that silence people. That is why I stand here to tell you everyone that don't judge us for who we love. Instead, love us for who we are. Amor omnibus, which simply means love belongs.
Thank you so much. Ang aking advokasya, busog sa puso, busog sa pag-asa. Feeding program para sa mga person with disabilities. Ako hindi lamang nakatayo dito bilang isang kalahok, kundi bilang isang kaibigan, isang kapatid sa mga taong may kapansanan. Mga taong nakaligtaan ng mga taong nakaligtaan ng mga hindi man lang napansin sa ating lipunan. Marami sa atin ang hindi nakakakain, hindi dahil sa wala silang pagkain, kundi dahil kulang sila sa kalinga, pansin at malasakit. Pero kahit ganun sila, lumalaban sila kahit hindi patas ang mundo. Sa bawat plato ay simbolo ng ating pagkalinga. Sa bawat ngiti nila ay simbolo ng ating pagtutulungan. Ang aking inspirasyon sa advokasiyang ito ay ang aking kapatid na may kapansanan din. Kapag nakikita ko siyang kumingiti, iniisip ko, paano na ngayon yung iba na hindi man lang gawang ipagsigawan ng kanilang pangangailangan. Kaya sa araw na ito, ipaglalab.
Thank you, candidate number 20.
Tonight, I stand before you not just an advocate, but also as a parent myself. Someone who believes that family isn't defined by blood, but by love. This kid that you're seeing in this video is not biologically mine, but she's my pride, my joy, and a proof that love knows no boundaries. However, there's no current law in the Philippines for same-sex parenting, meaning only one of us, parents of PK, is recognized legally. Which shouldn't be the case. Our law needs to catch up. That is why my advocacy is joint adoption rights in the Philippines. Because I believe that no child should be deprived of two loving parents regardless of gender and identity. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, hindi basihan ang kasarian sa pagiging magulang. Because a family doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real and accepting. Therefore, to all my co-same-sex parents out there, para sa atin to. Because we deserve to be seen, respected, and protected. Again, I am candidate number 18 and this is my advocacy. Mabuhay ang pamilyang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for all the round of speech, candidate number 18.
Way back 2021, feeling ko, gumuho yung mundo ko. I was felt fragile, exposed, and judged. And I was being lost with pandemic trauma. And as well, with this virtual isolation. Nahihirapan tayo lagi sa mental health natin. And for me, in front of you, this is so hard to stand up because of my PTSD diagnosis. But as well, I still fight for it. And I know revealing your true identity is power. And be the voice of the voiceless who can't get out. Natatakot yung iba sa atin maglabas kasi alam nila ma-judge tayo. But still, alam kong kakayanin natin lahat to. Para sa akin, lahat tayo ay mahalaga. Valid lahat ang na-feel natin. So dapat, lahat tayo nagtutulungan at hindi natin ginajudge ang isa't isa kasi hindi natin alam kung hanggang kailan na lang tayo dito. Marami na rin nagsusuicide ngayon, katulad na lang yung anak ni Atienza right now. You can see, masaya siya palagi. But you don't know, behind those happiness, those smiles, malungkot pala ang hinaharap niya. Just like me, I want to prove other people that my best gift.
Thank you so much, candidate number 30, Nurse Roque. Next is candidate number 29, Smile Trinidad.
Common kung tawagin sa iba o sa karamihan. Common pero hindi naman nabibigyang aksyon. Okay ka lang? Sure ka? Hindi kasi bakit? Ang daming nangungutya, ang daming nagbibigay insulto sa'yo. Hindi ka matanggap. Bakit? Pare-parehas lang tayo. Oo, magkakaiba tayo ng estado sa buhay. Pero hindi yun ang basehan para maging magkakaiba tayo. Ngayon, hindi ako nakatayo dito bilang isang kandidato. Nakatayo ako dito bilang isang boses para sa mga kagaya ko as me speaking na mismong naka-experience ng mental health. My advocacy is about mental health. Gusto ko mabigyan ng aksyon, mabigyan ng boses yung mga ibang tao na ginagawa na lang biro ng mga napagsasabihan nila. Kaya gano'n na lang sila takot mag-open up sa ibang tao. Kaya bilang ako na nakatayo dito, gusto ko marinig niyong lahat na gusto kong magawa ng paraan na magkaroon man lang na kahit libreng mental health dito sa atin, sa Quezon City or sa iba pa man lugar. Para man lang hindi sila ganun matakot magbigay at mag-open up ng kung ano mang nararamdaman nila. Yun.
Maraming salamat, candidate.
Bilang isang tomboy, alam ko ang pakiramdam ng hindi marinig, hindi maintindihan at hindi matanggap. Kaya pinili kong maging boses ng mga tinig na hindi naririnig. Sa loob ng 12 taon, tahimik akong naging sandigan ng mga kaibigan na inabandona, inabuso at pinagkakitahan. I run a private shelter with almost 80 animals and we feed them every day. Pagkain, gamot, vitamins. Walang malaking pangalan, walang malaking sponsor. Lahat ng gastos ay galing sa sariling bulsa. But we don't mind dahil sila ang pinili naming mahalin. Our rescues came as far as Puerto Galera, Metro Manila, and Pangasinan. Dahil kahit saan, kahit kailan, basta kaya namin, pupuntahan at tutulungan namin sila. Because animal welfare isn't just about loving pets. It's about seeing worth in those who are often ignored, in beings who can speak for themselves, who can explain their pain. So if you can adopt, open your home to foster. And if you can foster, at least offer food and water. And if you still can, then care, speak up, and show kindness. Ako po si Jamie Manzano at ako'y tumitindig sa mga kaibigan natin.
Thank you, candidate number 28, Jamie Manzano. Next.
Good evening. My advocacy is called Rise from the Ruins, Resilience, Responsiveness, and Restoration. On the night of September 13, 2025, a powerful magnitude 6.9 earthquake shook off the coast of northern Cebu. Scores of lives were lost, many families injured, and vital infrastructures was gravely damaged. In that moment, we saw fear, loss, helplessness, but we also saw something more powerful, the Filipino spirit of bayanihan. My advocacy stands on 3 pillars. First, resilience. We must empower communities, especially disaster-prone areas, with knowledge, trainings, and tools. Second, responsiveness. When a calamity strikes, government agencies and local government must act quickly, transparently, and compassionately. Lastly, restoration. Beyond rebuilding physical structures, we must restore dignity, mental health, livelihoods, and hopes. As a criminology graduate and empowered women, I stand for unity, compassion, and action, especially in times of crisis. My son is to use my voice, my platform, and my identity to uplift others regardless of gender, background, or orientation. Let's help pray for Northern Cebu, Bangon Norte, Bangon Pilipinas.
Ako po ay naninindigan sa isang advokasya na malapit sa aking puso, ang pagkilala at pagsuporta sa women's basketball. Bata pa lang ako, minahal ko na ang basketball. Hindi lang tagahanga, kundi bilang isang manlalaro rin. Pero habang lumalaki ako sa larong ito, nakita ko ang mabait na katotohanan, ang diskriminasyon laban sa mga babaeng atleta. Sa ating bansa, mas nabibigyan ng pansin ang men's basketball. Pero paano naman kami? Kaming mga babaeng may talento, puso at pangarap. Panahon na para magbago. Basketball is It's for anyone who dares to dream. Ang tunay na laban ay hindi lang sa court, kundi laban ito para sa pantay na oportunidad at tunay na representasyon. Ang respeto at pagkilala ay hindi nasusukat sa kasarian. Lalaki ka man, babae, bakla o tomboy. Ang mahalaga ay kung paano tayo lumalaban. At para sa mga kagaya kong natatakot magsimula, tandaan mo, you belong. You belong in the game, you belong in the spotlight, you belong in a future kung saan nakikita ka, naririnig ka, at ipinagdiriwang ka. Sa bawat dribble at tira, sigaw ito ng mga babaeng matagal nang hindi pinapansin. Pero ngayon, malinaw na. Hindi tayo extra, hindi tayo anino, tayo ang laro, tayo ang laban.
Have you ever felt mistreated? How about hungry or alone? Reality, that's the daily life of our stray animals in the streets. They suffer in silence, unheard, and unloved. Growing up, I have always have a soft spot for animals. They're not just pets. They're loved ones. They're part of my family. But when I went out in the outside world, you know what I saw? Animals being abandoned, left to starve. And then I asked myself, how did we even let this happen? Joining Tomboy Philippines sparked my advocacy. Adopt, don't shop. But you know what, guys? I just realized that adopting alone won't suffice and fix the issue. Because you know why? We are the problem and we are the resolution. Now, we have our government who supports us on this advocacy or in this animal welfare. Well, we appreciate that. But what are we going to do on our part? First off, more push for our government to make sure that they know that we're here, that we need help. Number two, if we have the ability to microchip our pets, to make sure that they see that we are responsible owners, why not? Then lastly, guys, shelters cannot leave the lives of these animals alone. They need us. We need Shana, we need Jamie, you need me, I need you. I need you to stand with me. We need to unite this.
Thank you so much, candidate number